If you've ever driven an electric vehicle, you'll know how sophisticated, silent and smart they are. So this is a boating YouTube channel. Why am I standing in front of our Tesla? Well, that technology has come to the boating world. Introducing an outboard engine called the Thrustme Kicker. Silent, smart and super lightweight.
Thanks Brooke, welcome back to the Rudder. I am super excited to review this. I haven't been able to play with anything, it's still all as we got it from Thrustme. So this is the Thrustme Kicker. It is an electric outboard motor and let's see what we've got. This version is a 2 horsepower equivalent, all still in its box as you'd get it from the manufacturer. Firstly, let's have a look at the motor, and this is the most exciting bit because look at that. One hand. This is 4.5 kilograms is how much this outboard weighs, and as you can see I'm holding it with one hand. Can you imagine on your tender handing this up to the boat or grabbing it from the boat or doing whatever you need to do? We'll investigate that more in a second. Have a look at that. Alright, what else do we have in the box? Instructions. Have a look through those in a second because we're going to be doing a charge up. I think that's a spare propeller or something like that. Need that later. Now, at the front, Brooke was talking about how smart this motor is, and this is one of those adaptions. That is your throttle control. This is what you'll be using to control the motor. So that can be the go on the tiller stalk, or you can wrap it around your hand. You've got some Velcro there and you can use it. It's designed to use maybe on a kayak. Someone's even talked about a SUP, or on your tender, so you can control it where you need to control it. It's got a floatable thing and there's a neoprene case for it. I'll tell you more about that in a second. Here we have the on-off switch, essentially. This is the key. It's a little magnet with a float. It also can be your dead man switch, so you can collect that to yourself. So if you go overboard or something, your boat or kayak doesn't drive away. That's your dead man switch. We also have another safety cable here which you attach to the engine itself. If for some reason you didn't tighten the bolts properly, or I don't know what you did, you connect this to the boat to stop your engine going overboard. And the last thing in the container is essentially your fuel tank. You've got, this is the 240 battery adapter. So it's a 4-pin plug that you plug in to charge up your motor. When you're charging up the first time, the key thing you'll need is your key. So you just put your key onto the magnetic slip there, you can feel it connect, and that turns on the motor. So you can see here, we've got 95% on our battery, forward and reverse bar at the top. You can see it's connected to the throttle control. Let's give it some power to charge it all up and get it 100%. So there's a 4-port connector, 4-pin connector there, and it's a simple case of lining it up, screwing it in, making sure it's a good connection, and there we go. You can see we're charging. So charging away, the battery is actually inside the unit, so you don't have to take anything off, and that is the key to making this such a lightweight engine. So we're going to charge that up. While our engine is charging, we also need to charge up our throttle control. So this little neoprene case, there's some Velcro there. We just slip it out of there somehow. There we go. And put it into its little slot. Blue light goes on, and now we're charging our throttle control as well. It's a handy little place to slot into there. If you need to, if you've got a phone induction charger, it's exactly the same charging. You can charge it off there. While we're here, let's remove a few more things and get ready to get boating. So we can remove that where it says remove, and you can tell everything's still new. That's why I'm a bit excited. wanting to get onto the water and check out what this thing does. Here is our tiller control. Easily slips onto there, little push button. Don't have too long to wait to charge. Apparently a full charge is 4 hours. I'm going to get into the details of what this engine can do in later videos. This is just the unboxing and getting it ready to go. Lastly, the thing you'll notice is that most of the engine is plastic, so don't have to worry about rust, that everything is self-contained. It's one unit, there's no impellers, there's no replacement parts. You do need to wash it out afterwards, we'll talk about that later, and we will talk about this nifty design we have around the propeller, which one, means that you don't run your propeller into rocks or sand or anything like that. Two, it creates more thrust. So we're going to check everything out. As I mentioned, I'm pretty excited. Let's get this charged up and then we'll go down to the boat and install it and see what we've got to go.
Now that Damian's done the setup, I thought we'd come down to the pontoon and try it out on this 2.3 metre Highfield. Perfect boat to try it out on. So the reason I'm doing this part of the video is just to show how light this Thrustme Kicker is. Literally, it's less than 5 kilograms. So it makes it so easy for me, especially because I'm not that strong. So look how easy it is to handle. So we're just going to pop it over the transom here. Just leave the key to the side, put it in the center and screw it up so it's nice and tight. The great thing about this is you can see just here you can put a padlock through there so that you can keep it secured so it doesn't get stolen. Very important aspect is to make sure it's secured to your tender because you don't want it falling off into the water. So securing it here, just to show you how it tilts, just using that lever there, and you can see that we've got the propeller just below the transom there, so it's going to be the best performance. All right, one more thing left to do is to get it in the water, but before we do that, I'm just going to secure the key to my shorts. It's really odd this, because the minute you latch this little magnet to the engine, it's on, and it's very weird because it sounds like it's not on at all. So that's a really cool feature. Just showcases how silent this Thrustme Kicker is. All right, I'm going to get the boat in the water and I'll show you what it does. So believe it or not, the Thrustme Kicker is turned on. Take a moment to imagine that you were at anchor at 5 AM and you wanted to get to shore, pulling a two-stroke, waking up all of your neighbours. You don't have that with this. It's amazing. We're on, and one more thing to do. Let's go. Let's see how this thing performs. All right, so I'm on 1 speed at the moment, nice and cruisy. This is number 2. So peaceful. All you can hear is the water behind you. We'll get it up a bit more. That's on 3 speeds. So literally all you need for this little 2.3 metre Highfield, the perfect little electric engine for this boat. So I hope you liked that video. Be sure to keep an eye on our channel for future videos because we're going to do performance tests and all different types of things. If you've got any comments, leave them in the comments box below, and we'll see you next time on the Rudder. Happy boating!